work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Then in verse 13, for it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Verse 14, do all things without murmurings. Those are the people that have faith. They know that what they are called to do is by God. They know that the work they're doing, that's the work of God, and they know it's not man. And whatever man feels about what they do or doesn't feel about what they do, that's not a concern to them. They know, because I am called of God, and because God is watching over everything I do, I must do all things without murmurings and disputing. Can I tell you something? Whatever you cannot do without murmuring, don't do it. People might search for you and look for you. Where are you? Where are you? We've been waiting for you. If you cannot do it without murmuring, don't do it. It brings condemnation. It brings judgment. It brings the heavy vengeance of God. When you're doing it and doing it, but you're murmuring and complaining and disputing, whatever you cannot do without, fighting with somebody, without knocking somebody, without murmuring, disputing, just give it up. Because if we're going to be appreciated by God, recognized by God, must do all things without murmurings and disputings. Look at verse 15. In verse 15, it says that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as light in the world. Look at verse 16. In verse 16, holding forth the word of life. Don't murmur, don't grumble. You're a preacher, this is happening, that is happening. Don't preach then if you have to murmur, because you're wasting your time. If you have to complain, if you have to grumble, if you have to dispute, if you have to fight in preaching, don't preach. Don't allow any murmuring, any complaining, and any disputing, and any debate, and any grumbling, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain. If you murmur, you run in vain. If you dispute and debate, you are running in vain. If you are grumbling, I'm doing it, I'm grumbling, I'm doing it, I'm fighting that person, I'm doing it, I'm turning things upside down, you run in vain. Neither labored in vain. I pray you will not labor in vain. I said you in particular, you will not labor in vain. To serve the Lord with joy, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And whatever comes after that, you keep on rejoicing. I say unto you, rejoice.